Uh, one question which I had personally, I wanted to ask is drawing on your experience in China with 3M,
Yeah.
right? Where you achieved significant growth. How do you approach driving user adoption in different markets and cultures, right? So culturally, it's a different place. How do you think is it differentiating from in the market in US or any other place?
I love this question because this is something I am so passionate about, and I love so much about working in global business.
Mm-hmm.
Is I so for those of the people that haven't looked at my background or don't know me, I spent over 10 years at a company at 3M. We operated in 72 countries. I led a number of different global businesses there. And then I also lived in China for 2 years and really set up a brand new business in China for 3M that we had in other markets, but had never really had a lot of success in that market. And the thing that I always go back to when I think about business strategy, there's really like two components about cross cultural business strategy for
Mm-hmm.
me. The first one is that there are more similarities than there are differences.
Oh, okay.
I think that people really, human nature is almost to focus more on the difference than on the similarity.
Yeah.
And there are so many similarities that I think you can lean on that will translate in any market. How
Mm-hmm.
you do it might have some subtleties that you have to be very, very conscientious of.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, I think that can a lot can translate. And
Got
so
it.
I always like to start with, okay, what do we have that's the same? And then
Mm-hmm.
acknowledging where there are differences as well. And so the other piece of that is like outside in. You
Okay.
have to be outside in. And if you are not spending a certain portion of your day, I don't care what function or role you're in, um, with customers or listening to the customer voice, whether that be through feedback forms, whether that be through watching meeting recordings, attending meetings. There's so many ways now that you can get access to that information about your customers. If
Mm-hmm.
you're not dedicating at least a couple of hours a week to doing that, you're not getting enough of that outside in perspective. And additionally, understanding what's going on in your industry, in your competitive set, it, no business strategy can be successful if those things don't exist. And so, making sure that no matter what market you're operating in, no matter what industry, that you're spending time getting that outside in voice, to me is one of the most critical factors. And I've seen both ways in companies where companies were highly attuned to what was going on in the market and used that to really drive competitive strategy for their businesses to drive growth. And I've also seen it where it's been extremely insular and led to very, very stagnated businesses because of it.
Got it. Very, very important takeaway. Outside in, spend as much time as with customer, so that you learn many things